Today we're going to be reacting to how they make food commercials, and this would be pretty interesting because I don't know myself how some of these companies actually make their food look so artificially good. Okay, my pizza. Huh? A screw. They're screwing the pizza down so it doesn't move, no? Mozzarella and glue. Okay. Oh, they're not doing what I think they do. Oh no. Really? Glue and mozzarella. Oh, well. You do have to admit that cheese pull looked really nice, but after you add the glue and everything to the pizza, you can't eat it. You would think though that if you just get a better cheese, you can get that cheese pull. This is probably more consistent. With cheese, you have to time it right to make sure that it's still hot, because otherwise, you know, it starts to like solidify. Jello, glue, okay. What are they doing? Oh, cereal. Oh, so it doesn't sink. Yep. This does make sense. Using glue though, to me, is a little weird, and I just don't use glue with food. It's bizarre, you know, you can't eat it. But they could have used heavy cream as well. Plastic ice cubes, okay. Ice cubes don't melt. Yeah, that's true, they don't melt. Now, obviously the ice doesn't melt that quickly, but over here in Europe, we don't really drink a lot of ice with our drinks. In America, we tend to get ice with everything all the time. I'm putting a little ramekin in the soup. This is actually one thing that I've done before. If you put any garnish or anything heavy on top, even after like a minute, even if it's not heavy, it'll start to sink to the bottom. It is a little trick to put like a little ramekin or something else inside, so you don't have that much soup and so it gets to sit on top. You can also use bread. Okay, a burger. They're melting the cheese, right? Ew. Oh, that looks like a hockey puck, that does. Right, so American cheese on top, and is that cabbage? No, God! They're using cabbage. A little bit of sponge, yeah. Oh. This is normally the reality at a lot of fast food places, isn't it? I mean, you look at like McDonald's or Burger King or whatnot, and then you get the reality where it's like small, squished, and it doesn't look that nice. The thing is though, they're using cabbage because cabbage leaves don't wilt as quickly. If you've ever used lettuce before, especially like iceberg, baby gem, anything like this, it tends to wilt pretty quickly. So for a TV ad, I can see how this works, but you can see clear as day that's a cabbage leaf. It doesn't fool me. That's a real sponge, it's not sponge cake. Oh, it just looks too artificial though. We've seen how they made it, so we know it's not real, but when you actually look at that, it just looks too square, too perfect. It doesn't look like a real cake. And it also kind of puts me off on cake right now, and I love cake. Hairspray! You could have just used vegetable oil to spray on top of the fruit. You didn't have to use this, because at the end of the day, you can't eat this. Soap. Oh no, the beer. Putting soap in the beer. Who likes soap in their beer? That's horrible, isn't it? It's a nasty joke. It's almost as bad as like salt in coffee.
It's a bit nutty.
Now, normally when you go to the bar and they pour you a beer and you end up with a head like that's literally half the bottle, this is a very bad thing because you're losing a lot of the beer. You're paying for foam. Noodles with, what is that? Glucose syrup. All right. No. This one I don't like. I don't agree with it. I honestly think that if you just put more oil, you could have sprayed some oil on top, you can make them look a little shinier, because this, with pouring the glucose, is so heavy, it looks like it's actually pushing the noodles down, which doesn't make it look good. Lipstick? What? Lipstick? They're painting each and every strawberry. They could easily have used color dye if they really wanted to fix the color. And today you can fix this. You can Photoshop it, you can put it in DaVinci and Adobe, whatever. Cardboard? Oh yeah, to make the cake stand up a little higher. Oh, that's real butter, I'm assuming. No. Engine oil! What? I can understand putting the cardboard to help prop up the pancakes, but engine oil, really? And on top of that, if we go back and look at it, that's Ripsol, that's Spanish oil. Cardboard again. Shaving foam. Instead of using icing, they're just using shaving foam. So they color dyed the shaving foam. Oh, no, sorry. This is one of those things that I think the real thing could have been better in the end. When you look at the cake, it doesn't look nice. It looks horrible. I mean, it's cardboard. Foam. Toothpicks. What are we doing? Gonna make something stand. Oh, French fries. Right. Too artificial. Obviously, when you look at this, the one with toothpicks looks better, but you can actually get this with real fries. You just have to be quick about it. French fries, especially if you don't crisp them, like a lot, they start to wilt on you after a little while. Dry ice. Hot water. All right, so they're gonna get the steam. Yeah, or the vapor. What are we doing? Oh. Also, it makes it look like the potato is actually hot. Oh, that's good. It's just that the potato and the ham look really dry and sad. It's like they've been there for a while. It doesn't look like it's hot. Sad looking potato. Gillette. No, not on the cake. Shaving cream on the cake instead of actually using whipped cream. It's easy. You can make an extra stiff cream and that's it. You don't have to destroy the cake by putting bloody shaving cream on it. Who honestly wants to eat shaving cream? It's bad enough when you get a bit on your lips. Instant mashed potatoes. Okay. Food coloring. Oh. Oh. This looks a lot like ice cream, it really does. I never tried instant mashed potatoes before, especially to make like a little ice cream commercial, but this works really well. Ice cream has a horrible tendency to melt the minute you take it out of the freezer. Chicken. Tanning spray. No! What a waste of a chicken. You have to throw the chicken out after this. You can't eat it. The chicken itself looks horrible. That's not how a normal roast chicken looks. You can easily tell it's not cooked. It just doesn't look cooked. I mean, it's tanned, but it doesn't look cooked. It's like when you're out in the sun and you get a sunburn. Spoon? Soda? Yep, this one looks like a good one. Funny enough, a lot of the medicine here in Spain is like this. It's in tablets and you have to drop it in the water. It's just like an Alka-Seltzer. Now, carbonated drinks are either naturally or artificially carbonated. So either with yeast naturally or forced carbonated with carbon dioxide. Now, Alka-Seltzers and other types of medicine like this, I believe contain citric acid and sodium bicarbonate. So when you drop that into the water, the chemicals react to each other and then start to bubble and fizz. And this is a prolonged process instead of just pouring a drink into the glass. And also, you don't want to give any seagulls Alka-Seltzers. That's not good.
Wait for it.
Baby powder on grapes. Well, you can't eat them now. You ruined it. Oh, they're trying to spray. Right. Yeah, it does look good because the baby powder is actually creating like a little protective layer so the water droplets just stay on instead of, I don't know, being absorbed or anything. But grapes and other fruit have a protective layer, and this is one reason why you don't want to wash that layer off as soon as you get the fruit. Looks like we're gonna have a little mojito. Yeah, that looks okay. Torch. Why are they torching the skin though without cooking the fish? They're trying to sell salmon so that they make it look like it's a finished product on the plate dressed, yet the salmon is raw. Now we do this in the kitchen though. We do use the torch and we do tighten up a lot of fish skin because when you apply heat, the skin contracts and it makes it look a lot nicer. You can also add a little bit of color to it. Slime. Oh. Yeah, no, it's not edible, is it? You wouldn't want to eat that, but yeah, the cheese pull looks good. Then again, you could also use a proper type of cheese. Or you have to do what I did with the grilled cheeses, burn your little hands because the cheese that you have isn't that gooey, and when you go to pull it, it solidifies too quickly, so you have to make sure it's hot, and then you get to burn yourself. What are we doing with the water? Water-based paint? They could have used food coloring for this. No, this I don't agree. They could have easily have used food dye instead of using this, because you can't eat it then. So that definitely does look better than the real stuff. What a party trick. Imagine if you go to a wedding and then it turns out that the cake is fake. It happens. I've been to a few weddings like that. Not catering the wedding, just as a guest. It does make sense though that they would use like styrofoam or something like this. Some of these cakes literally can cost thousands of dollars, especially like a wedding cake. Personally speaking, I would never pay that for a cake. I'd rather make it myself. Cordon bleu, okay. What are they doing? Oh, yeah. This I have seen in the kitchen. We actually use this in the kitchen sometimes, especially like in pastry. And sometimes in the fine dining restaurants here, it's quite popular, is that you take the little syringes, the teeny little throwaway disposable ones, they will fill it with a sauce, stick it in whatever food they want to serve it with, and then you squeeze it at the table, or they may do it before, and then you have that liquid inside the food. Shaving cream. Whipped cream, yeah. Yeah, but they're using canned whipped cream. That's not as good as actually making it yourself. A burger. What are they doing? Right. Fake grill marks are a lot more common than you may think, and it's especially common with like massive chain restaurants and big companies. One of many reasons why I do not eat out all the time. Toothpicks again. Yep. This is just so everything sticks together. But at the end of the day, the real burger that you get is probably the sad looking one and not the nice looking one. You don't want toothpicks in your food anyway, do you? Diapers? What are they going to be doing with the diapers? Right, it's the material in the diapers that collects everything. Okay. Oh, they're using it like shaved ice. Yeah, this does make a big difference, but I've done photos before with shaved ice and it doesn't like melt on you within 2 seconds. So you do have to be quick about it. I still would use real ice. I wouldn't be using this for this. I mean, who even comes up with these ideas? Glue, again. All right, a little bit of coloring dye. All right. Oh, put that on the chocolate muffin to make it look like a little lava cake, or they could have just gotten a lava cake. Then again, sometimes you don't know how runny it's going to be. So depending on who cooked them, not all of them tend to be super runny. Yogurt, okay. And a peach. This is the first one where everything that they use is actually edible, so you don't have to like toss it. That is a big egg. That's at least 2 duck eggs. Dried donut. Varnish. They're using wood varnish to go on the donut. Why are they spraying the donut with wood varnish? Oh, you could do that with oil. You don't have to put varnish on it. Right. Oh, this time they got out the mixer. Okay. All right, so I suppose this is like dried mashed potatoes again, or instant. What are we doing? We're making some ice cream again. A little bit of ice cream. Make it look like it's melting. Like, that can easily fool someone, especially just as a still photo. That looks like ice cream. I have to say, that was very interesting. Some of them were more convincing than others. A few of these little tricks, honestly, they didn't look like they worked really well. Then again, we saw how they actually did it, so maybe it's because we already knew it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, everyone. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification down below. It means a lot to me, and thank you everyone for subscribing and supporting my channel thus far. It means a lot to me, and I'm very thankful. Until next time, I'll see you again soon, and don't forget to check out this next video coming up here.